Yo, what's up, everybody? So, what I wanted to do is make a little video about my character, about the game, just give you little tips and tricks. So, my character, I am level 100. Um, if you're watching the stream, you must have saw me playing Illusionist. Um, I leveled up to Illusionist, and then I re-rolled again into a Stormweaver. So I played Trade day one as Illusionist, and then I re-rolled into um, Illusionist again in SSF because I thought they said the drops got buffed. Like you get 30% more loot, and then I went in there, had a beautiful time in campaign. It got to end game for a little bit, and in game was really struggling because I couldn't get any gear. You know, the whole time I was wishing like if I went to the auction house, I could just buy myself gear so I can at least have a starting point. But like it was just a rough time. So then I was like, you know what? Let me just restart. And I didn't want to start Illusionist again, so I went Stormweaver. Just hit level 100 like literally today. I've been playing a lot off stream and on stream, just because sometimes I get busy and I don't know when like I'll have to like do things. So I just play here and there when I can. This is my character though, level 100 Stormweaver. This is my gear. I got all this gear. I'm gonna like mouse over it. I got all my gear from. I bought like 90% of my gear, right? These I just found. These I found. My flasks are still bad. My relics are still bad. Like I just hit L1. My this is just bad. Like my gear can use some work. I'm still doing a lot of damage. It's been really hard. I'm doing a lot of damage, but it's just been like my idols just like life, like maybe some res, but it's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. It's my gear is pretty mediocre, I would say. I still need to make some upgrades. Like I need to get a better chest. I need to get a better ring. I need to get a better amulet. Like different things like that. But it's fine. I essentially made it so that I would be resist capped as soon as I came in here. Almost like I'm playing hardcore in PoE, but like I just like being resist capped. I feel like I can survive way more, and I have a ton of damage. With all of this stuff. Stormweaver is so fast and so squishy, but also does extreme amount of damage. I was like, some bosses couldn't even get to their immunity phases because I was doing that much damage. I completely enjoyed this in more than Illusionist. Illusionist was fine. It was okay. It was decent. It did everything relatively well, but this character blew me away. It's just so much damage. I mean, it ramps. Like, it's pretty slow at the start, but once you hit level 40 and you get your augments and everything, like, it starts pumping. And you start going fast, and you're really clearing content. You're getting levels so fast, it's crazy. This is my like AoE tree. I just followed Sleepy Cat's video. I'll probably link it in the description. But basically, just taking all of this right here. I love it was with charge bolts, and then once I had enough to do Stormcloud, it was both of them at the same time, and it was really really smooth, really good. This is like the going over my subtrees. It was pretty alright. Oh, I don't have any subtrees to this one because I don't even use this. I just put points in it just for the damage. I should probably put some like some stuff in here, but I really don't even use it while I'm clearing. And then storm clouds, amazing, so much damage. This skill is amazing. And then all this stuff is just aura, some res right here, like super stuff. This is the single target tree, which is the same. I just realized except all the skill trees are sub skill tree is like immensely different with everything. Um, Now let's talk about some stuff. Ether tree, I think you have to clear. You have to do the quest that's on the side here. Like once I like you gotta you gotta do these quests in order to unlock them, right? So I haven't been able to do that. Incarnation tree. I got to like here on my illusionist, and it was doing pretty well. This tree is so good. It gives you so much more damage. Like I was having such big damage problems at every point I took in there when I leveled up. Amazing, amazing. So I know a few people have been saying that they were having a hard time accessing Act 8. Like they did everything to kill the last boss in Act 7, and then access Act 8. You need to go here, go inside this portal. I had this problem at first because I was like, this is bugged, I can't do anything. Like I was like walking, I was doing everything. The trick I learned is that you actually have to hit him with something, right? Because when you're playing illusionist, right, your skill auto targets, right, and it can't target this. So you're sitting here and you're pressing your buttons, you're doing everything, and it's not activating. Like you're not getting your thing. You actually have to hit him with something. Like I switched to, I literally swapped to like default attack, and I literally went up and whacked him. And then that's how you access the act. I was really confused at first, but that's how you do it. And also I saw some people, so let's talk about gearing. I know people are saying that like, oh, Nightmare is hard, or like going into H1 is hard and stuff like that. And I just want to say, please put on all res satanics. They will help you. I have a lot here. Like this one gives me all res. This gives me all res. This gives me all res. This gives me all res. Like this gives me all res. You know, I basically put on as much all res stuff as I possibly can. That makes leveling so much easier, and it kind of it feels like at first you're like, oh well, you don't have no damage, but it kind of frees up some spots where you can actually like put on some damage, you know. Like this gives me res, but like it's still massive amount of damage, you know. This massive amount of damage, you know, like, you know, and you'll be fine. Please focus on that. I know I had this is my first time playing this game this season and everything, and I had a very hard time just when I was practicing. I was just dying, and like everything was like, you know, one tapping me, and it was really bad. But as soon as I learned like uniques were good, like you replace all your gear with good uniques with all res, and just swap them out for higher all res gear constantly while you're leveling, and you're basically doing fine. And if you have a good enough class, like, you know, you're doing pretty good damage. You're doing excellent damage. Like with my illusion, like I was doing really bad damage, but I was alive. You know, like I still cleared everything because, you know, I just didn't die. You know, another thing people were talking about the actually I'm gonna go to the auction house to show you some stuff. Okay, we're here in Act 3, the auction house, and basically it's everyone's like, oh, I can't, like, how do I price check items? How do I know if something's good or not? Basically, whenever you want to sell an item, you go here, you hit sell. This is all my stuff I sold. I probably sold something, but go in here. Let's say I want to sell this. You go in here, you type this in, you go price check, and you can see like all the recent sales of like stuff that's been bought. You see the stats and everything. But you can do this with any item. For like mythics and stuff like that, they may be a little bit harder to price and everything, but you'll get the hang of it. But also just, you know, chuck all your stuff in here and that's how you price check, and then you get like a small little gold fee, and you just wait. But here it's so easy just to like, if you're struggling to find gear or anything, you can literally just like, all right, let me go to buy, filter, resistance, all res, refresh. And you can find, this gives you 14, this gives you 8, and you can go in here and you can look through all of this and like let's say you want to find something cheap, you go here, click refresh, and boom, like this gives you 7 all res, this gives you 10, 15, and you can search for anything, right? This gives you 25. This is kind of huge, right? Um, just stuff like this, really helpful, really good, and they're cheap, just like 500 gold, like you know, it's pretty cheap, pretty easy to do. Please use this. It's really helpful because I see a lot of new players. They're struggling so much. But this would help a lot. And always just make sure that like you're capped off. Also, make sure you have like resist relics or charms, because these would help. These would help a lot. But you have to be kind of lucky. They're kind of drop only. But yeah, I've been having a blast. Honestly, I think softcore is kind of the way for me as a newer player. SSF is it's too slow for the pace I want to play at for this game, especially at league start, because you want to get into the content, you want to do all the new cool things really like as soon as possible. You don't want to be bored out, and unfortunately, there's not enough like between that, like between doing all the acts in normal and doing all the acts in Nightmare, where there's a lot of new content for you to do. New content for this season's in the end game, and for me, I wanted to get there as fast as possible and as efficiently as possible. So I realized that softcore trade was the best for me instead of going SSF. Even though SSF would probably be more fun for me, in my opinion, it just wasn't something I wanted to do currently. If that makes sense. That's why I leveled up like 3 times. But yeah, we're still going strong. I'm still playing a lot. This character is super strong. And yeah. See you next time.